Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, I want to talk a little NXT. NXT this week actually just celebrated their 200th episode. 4 years in the running here. So and we've seen a lot of superstars come up from the NXT. Some of them just recently is the Wyatt family, the Shield, and there have been others down the line, but this has been a really good show for bringing up, developing these superstars into main roster type superstars, and not everybody makes it, and a good amount of them that make it, usually they go on and do something pretty good, and well, I gotta say, actually, I take that back. Half of them make it even further, and some of them just don't. Let's look at Bad News Barrett, for example. Barrett, good character, pretty good wrestler, good on the mic. He made it as part of the Nexus along with a bunch of others. Daniel Bryan was part of the Nexus, okay? So, Bad News Barrett, that's what he's doing now, doing little segments and giving people bad news. Okay, great. But Daniel Bryan, superstar status, okay? So, some can take it to that level and some can't. So, hey, anyway, I want to talk about that 200th episode because it was a really good episode, and just want to see the potential with NXT because they have so many things going on with them. And so let's say, for example, it it started off with a really good match. You got a tag team, and you've got four really good members here: Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, Leo Kruger, and Antonio Cesaro. Now we know that the Tyson Kidd and Antonio Cesaro have been on the main roster for a while already, but Sami Zayn and Leo Kruger here are two of the characters that these two superstars have just been. Sami Zayn has just been putting on some great matches. It seemed like no matter who he wrestles, he's putting on some really great matches. This guy is the former El Generico or generic man or something like that. So anyway, he used to wrestle in a mask, but ever since he's come over to NXT, when the WWE signed him up, he's been doing some really, making some really great matches, memorable matches. And I tell you what, this was a great tag team match to start off the show. Not only that, as soon as Cesaro got in the ring, Sami Zayn and Antonio Cesaro had 3 matches this past year, and they were some really great matches. But that third one was phenomenal. I mean, it was a great match. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest get onto YouTube, look up Sami Zayn and Antonio Cesaro. Again, they wrestled 3 different times. And it's the third one we're talking about, but all 3 matches were really good, but that third one just was the icing on the cake. So anyway, and you even had the fans chanting, match of the year, and it deserved that title of match of the year, I'll tell you. So anyway, Leo Kruger has been doing a great job. Here's another character that hopefully they're going to be putting to that main roster pretty soon, and it was great tag match. At the end of the day, Sami Zayn and Tyson Kidd won that match, but it was a very good tag team, and you've got 2 of these, you got four players here that are actually really good contenders to be in that main roster. And we know Cesaro's already there, we know Tyson Kidd's already there, but Tyson Kidd has to rebuild himself up because he's been out for so long that we don't really know what he can do anymore, so we need him to reestablish himself. Okay, so there was a little segment with Natalya and Emma. So Natalya's been there at NXT a lot lately, and she recently lost to Paige, who is the NXT Women's or Divas Champion. So hey, great. I like Paige, and I think she's another one that needs to be on the main roster. At the same time, here's Emma, with the emma-lution. And if you haven't seen Emma, Emma's an Australian who's she's pretty funny, pretty dorky, and just hilarious to watch. She has this crazy dance, and she calls it the emma-lution, and it's fun to watch, pretty corny, but I tell you what, she's got a following. The fans are dancing with her, and they like her, and she's not bad in wrestling in the ring either. So I would like to see her on the main roster pretty soon too. Anyway, going on. Paige defended that title, that NXT Divas Championship, against Sasha Banks with Summer Rae. And nothing special here with this match, but again, Paige is one of those superstars that we want to get to that main roster pretty soon. So hopefully she's going to get there soon. The Ascension, your tag team champions for NXT. Okay, Rick Victor and Brian O'Connor. Yeah. You know, these guys just have, the only thing about them is that they just have a look. Okay, they have a dark, sinister type of look. They're more like Undertaker wannabes. Okay, but a tag team. One guy's much bigger than the other guy. The other guy's even smaller. So, you know, of course, they took on some the American Pitbulls and beat them down. So they're American Pitbulls are nobody anyway. So, but these two guys, they may, you know, eventually get that boost to that WWE roster. But it's probably going to be more because we don't have a dark character like an Undertaker anymore. And since Kane is now corporate, he is no longer a dark character, although we still have the Wyatt family, who's new. But these are a little bit more in the more of the Undertaker type, not necessarily Wyatt type. So we'll see if they come up. So you have a main event with the NXT Championship, and it's a lumberjack match. Now get this. Here's a lumberjack match. It's with Adrian Neville, and of course Bo Dallas is your champion. Bo Dallas is making out to be a pretty good champion. Okay, people don't like him. They just cannot stand him. He's one of those characters that you just love to hate. I can't stand the guy, which is really why I like him in a way, you know, because I don't like him as a good guy. He's got to be a heel. He's got to be a heel, and it works. It works when he's a heel. So anyway, Adrian Neville's a high flyer, and he does all this fancy, you know, spinning around, and he's pretty agile, a really solid built guy. Not very good on the mic. I don't consider him very good on the mic at all. Bo Dallas, pretty good on the mic, and Bo Dallas can wrestle too. Adrian Neville, I don't know. WWE may give him a boost to get up there, but I don't see that lasting too long with him because, yeah, he's gonna do his fancy moves, but after a while, it's just gonna get a little tiresome. Bo Dallas, though, he's one of those characters that you just love to hate. You just don't like that guy. So anyway, people are gonna like him. So you have this lumberjack match, and go figure. If you look around that entire ring and you see every lumberjack that's in there, you don't recognize anyone. You don't know who these people are. You know why? Because these are the jobbers to the jobbers. I mean, these are the ones that are not on television. And if they are on television, it's because they're jobbing to somebody else. So you really don't see these guys, except for one. And that one person happened to be Tyler Breeze, who was a good prospect, up-and-coming star, okay? And as soon as I saw him on ringside, I said, okay, well, something's going to happen with Tyler Breeze. Pretty sure Bo Dallas is going to retain his title. And guess what? Tyler Breeze got involved. Bo Dallas retained the title. He pinned Adrian Neville. Fine. That's all great. But you've got other stars there in the NXT that are coming up. And, you know, this being the 200th episode, you get to see, you know, people like Tyler Breeze, people like Alexander Russev, Aiden English, Corey Graves. These are all good superstars that are really developing really well, and they have a character, and they've got, you know, a gimmick, and I can see them coming over to the main roster. It's just a matter of time as to when the WWE decides that they're going to go ahead and bring them over. So we'll see. But NXT has just been a great show. This past year has been a lot of fun to watch it, and we've seen a lot of good talent, and I'm expecting, you know, more of this good talent to come up soon, and we'll see who's going to come up here in 2014. But I'm expecting some of those names that I've mentioned to be up there in 2014. So let's see what the WWE does. So, all right. Well, that's all I've got for now. So, hey, listen, you know, like us on Facebook, you know, subscribe to us. And that's it for now. We'll be catching you later on the next video. Take care.